Hello, welcome. Dr. Sushma Singh this side. Today in Unit 22, Religion and Culture, let us start our lecture with topic Culture and Religion in India. Indian sociologists have developed concepts such as Sanskritization, Prochinization, little tradition, great tradition, and a number of concepts to explain how religious ideas and ideals have been guiding Indian society in depth. India is a diverse and heterogeneous society in terms of culture as well as the religious belief. The religious beliefs, forms of worship, objects of reverence, rituals, ceremonies of the people, places of pilgrimage, and the sacred books are all varied and numerous. But all of them are profound in their influence over the development of the individual's personality as well as the feeling of the community. The secondary institutions within the religion in India includes rites and rituals, forms and objects of worship, and the organized groups for the propagation of religion. Each one of these factors influences the culture of the common people considerably. In this sense, religious mores form firm foundation to the preservation of certain basic elements in the culture. Religious groups in India, especially those adhering to major religions such as Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Jainism, Sikhism, have lived in partially harmony together, forming an Indian culture over the last several hundred years. As Mahatma Gandhi once said about Hinduism, it is more than a religion, it is a way of life. The Indian culture enjoys the fact that Hinduism, its most ancient and powerful religious group, pervades every aspect of individual's life, making this culture a highly complex one. Indian, mainly Hindus, over the years have developed two streams of public life: Astika or believers, or Nastika or the non-believers. The complex Hindu theology is woven around the abstract spiritual concepts such as Brahma, Atma, Paramatma, Punarjanam, Karma, Papa, and the like. They have lent an influencing hand to the nature, structure, and functioning of a pan-Indian culture. Religion and the culture worked toward the same goal of four cardinal principles of the humankind. These principles are survival of the species, security in the lifespan of individuals, material prosperity for ensuring survival and security, and continuous expansion of the scope of the wholesome living and mental progress for unfolding the potential of every individual. Now let us conclude the unit. Religion all over the world is basically a matter of faith and emotion. Although there are religious leaders who argue otherwise, it is for certain that religion is not an issue to be dealt with in terms of information, reason, and logical judgment. Culture, on the other hand, works within as well as outside the realms of faith and emotion. As Martin pointed out, there are cultural universals and many elements of culture are found in almost all societies. The very fact that religion is based on trust in some supernatural power and that there are believers and non-believers within this construction proves its highly emotive nature of operation. In spite of these basic structural differences, religion and culture have many important goals in common. Each one of these four standards is expected to lead the humankind to a healthier, more secure, and better future. Both religion and culture strive to achieve such a future to their members. The survival of their members to both these social institutions essentially means their own survival. That culture is considered supreme, which leads to the welfare of all. In the same way that the religion is an eternal religion which hopes and prays for the well-being of all species. In the same way, life security and longer lifespan of the members is desired goal of both the culture and the religious system. Immediately next is the principle of the material prosperity of the members. Ultimately, a cultural system or a system of religion survives only when and if its members are healthy, wealthy, and wise. The individual members of a religion as a culture pray for and look forward to be blessed with corporeal and material wealth along with the mental peace. Finally, members of both culture and religion look forward to happy, peaceful, and contented life and opportunity to unfold the human potential to its fullest extent. Functioning toward the fulfillment of these fundamental tenets of the human life is the basic objective of both religion and culture. There is no scope for the non-believer to assess and criticize religion unless he or she is an integral internal member of that given culture or religion. Culture comprises of both the sacred and the secular. In that sense, culture covers a larger canvas on which religion finds a small but critical role. As we have entered the 21st century, our problems and priorities have become divergent and individualistic. Today, human society in general comes upon three predispositions operating concurrently. They point at certain problems and possible solutions. The first tendency is homogenization of culture in the global scale, along with the globalization of economy and polity. Second one is the assertion of the homogenized culture in different configurations of human society, usually in respective nation states. Thirdly, and very significantly, the demand of ethnic groups at discerning level of their power potential within a nation state for the recognition of their minority status cultures. In a document on culture, the International Center for Development has abridged the essential elements of the institution of culture at a generic level. This precise statement would help us to sum up our understanding of the relationship between culture and religious sanctity. The precise statement is that culture is an aggregate of values and traditions which is deeply linked to the everyday life of the people, and in that sense, it is a matrix of perception which allows one to apprehend the world. This statement aptly summarizes the Indian position on the relationship between culture and religion. In India, religion as an integral part of culture in general provides a foundation for mores of society even today. Hence, we find that since time immemorial religious sanctions are sought for doing certain desirable patterns of behavior by individual in society. Hence, they become a part of both the cultural and the religious system in India in the form of mores. In so doing, violation of the pattern of behavior then becomes violation of the order of God the Almighty. It also receives reprimand from the society. Thus, many taboos in our culture have religious sanctions. For instance, the taboo against eating beef among the Hindus has precise and definite religious sanction. Hinduism treats the killing of holy cow as an unpardonable sin. In the same vein, in an agrarian society, killing cows leads to both economic as well as social disaster, and, hence Indian culture does not accept it. To conclude, the religious and the cultural system in India have a lot of overlapping in their intent and consequences. Never needless to point that Indian religion promises ideals to its believer, whereas Indian culture concentrates more on the actual. The uneven and stratified system of the Indian religious order seemingly contrasts with the relatively flat and less uneven cultural system of modern India. Here we want to close this lecture, and we have come to the end of the unit. Thanks for listening.